Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Jay, or Super Survivor, and today we are going to be taking a look at one of those other special mods. Today we're going to be looking at Bibliocraft. Woo! What I like about Bibliocraft is that most of the mod doesn't need user interfaces to use. I'll show you what I mean as we go along. For example, dinner plates. You can shift right click and you can open up an interface to grab stuff and put stuff in. I'll show you how to craft this in a second. Or you can simply right-click to place the item on the dinner plate. Okay, first recipe, the oak seat. What's also unique about this one is that wherever it says oak wood slab, you can place any of the 4 Minecraft woods in there, and it'll give you that color of seat. So, in order to craft the seat, you're going to need 2 sticks, 1 pressure plate, 1 oak wood slab, or one of the other 4 oak wood slabs. I'm not going to say that too much more because it's hard to say. And 1 wool. Next, your oak table. You're going to need to get yourself 2 oak wood planks and 3 wooden slabs to craft that. To craft the dinner plate, you're going to need 3 quartz slabs, and it's going to give you 2 dinner plates. Each of these seats, I already showed you how to craft the seats. Now I'm going to show you how to craft the backs for the seats, because each one is unique. In order to craft this particular one, you're going to need 2 sticks, 1 oak wood slab. Again, you can use, for any of the wooden stuff, you can use any of the 4 Minecraft woods, and it'll give you this. Okay, to craft this one, you're going to need 2 sticks, 1 oak wood slab, and 1 wool. In order to craft this one, you're going to need 1 oak wood slab and 1 wool. In order to craft this one, you're going to need 6 sticks, 1 oak wood slab, and 1 wool. In order to craft this one, you're going to need that seat that I just made and 1 oak wood slab. Now, in order to craft the fancy one, you're going to need that oak wood seat back again and 2 oak wood slabs. Next thing on the list is golden lanterns and fancy lamps. To craft the golden lanterns, you're going to need 4 glass panes, 2 golden ingots, and 2 glowstone dust, and 1 torch. In order to craft the fancy lamp, you're going to need 2 golden nuggets, 2 golden ingots, 1 glowstone, and 2 glass. Now, what's unique about these guys is that you could dye them of any color, any of the 16 colors in Minecraft. So this one you could dye, and this part would become whichever color you dyed. And same with this, only the candle would change. The next thing on the list is an oak map frame. In order to craft the oak map frame, you're going to need 8 sticks and 1 oak wood slab. Now, this is like the 1.7 update for item frames, in that you can now place maps inside and it fills out the entire block, and you can place them all around and it would be a continuous map instead of just map, map, map. It would still be map. Next thing on the list, armor stand. In order to craft the armor stand, you're going to need 3 stone slabs and 2 iron ingots. Now, what's unique, how to use this one, you can right click and grab stuff and automatically put on your person, or you can simply shift right click and it puts it on there without ever having to use an interface. Next thing on the list, oak wood labels. In order to craft this, you're going to need 6 oak wood slabs. Now you need to shift right click on here to grab these, and it'll open up this little interface. This one does need an interface, and you can place the items on there. You can place items in there to let you know what all you got in there. For example, apples and cookies. Next thing, cookie jar. To craft the cookie jar, you're going to need 4 glass panes, 1 redstone, 1 cookie, and 1 iron ingot. Now, what the cookie jar can do, you need to right click, and you can put food and stuff in there. Or you can put anything in there, actually. It'll just be rendered as cookies. Now, these are stackable, so you can have up to 8 stacks of cookies. Sounds good to me. Anyways, next thing is an oak shelf. In order to craft the oak shelf, you're going to need 6 oak wood slabs, 1 oak wood plank. Now you can shift right click and you can open up an interface, or you can right click to put stuff on and off. Now what I want to mention real quick, if I was to only put one of these guys on, you'll see here how these guys have kind of a depth. If I only put one of these guys on, you'll see he only has 1 item, but if I put all of them on, it's got 4 of them. So it lets you know how many of them are in there. Next thing on the list, oak bookcases. In order to craft that, you're going to need 6 oak wood planks and 3 oak wood slabs. Now, what's really cool about this, you can right-click and you can open up an interface showing you all the books that you got, or you can shift right-click and grab any of the books in there, and then right-click to place it back. Same thing applies for most stuff. Right click to open up an interface, shift right click to take it out without using the interface, right click with the item in your hand to put it back into the item. Next thing is the oak tool rack. In order to make that, you're going to need 8 oak wood slabs and 1 iron ingot. You can right click and you can grab the stuff off of there. You can right click again. You can shift right click with an open hand to access the interface. Next thing, potion shelf. In order to make that, you're going to need 6 oak wood slabs, 2 oak wood planks, and 1 glass bottle. Again, same thing applies. Right click with an empty hand to open up an interface, shift right click to grab the item, and right click to place it back. Next thing, oak case. In order to craft this, you're going to need 7 oak wood slabs and red wool and glass. Now with this one, you can either use red wool, green wool, blue wool, or black wool. And I'll give you it within there. To use this one, you need to first of all shift right click to open the oak case, and now you can right click with the item to put it in and out, and then shift right click to put it back. And these can be placed horizontally, or these can be placed horizontally, flat on the ground, or on the wall. Next thing on the list, a disc rack where you can hang all your discs. You're going to need 3 wooden slabs of any kind. You'll see some other mods in there, and 3 sticks. You can place these horizontally or vertically. Again, right click with an empty hand to open up an interface, shift right click to grab the item, and right click with the item to put it back. Next thing on the list, oak desk. In order to craft that, you're going to need 2 oak wood planks, 3 wood slabs, 1 feather, and 1 torch. And you can right click on there. If you right click on the desk, you get this interface. Or if you shift right click on one of the bottom books, you can grab the book off of the table. And then right click again with it. Right click with an empty hand to open up the interface. Now these 2 guys I'm going to do separately. I'm going to go through the recipes first, and then I'm going to show you how to use it. Typesetting table. In order to make the typesetting table, you're going to need 3 wooden slabs, 2 wooden planks, 1 redstone, 2 iron ingots, and 1 printing press case, which can be made with 4 wooden slabs and 1 iron ingot. And now printing press. The printing press can be made with 3 blocks of iron, 1 pressure plate, the heavy one, 2 iron ingots, 1 blaze rod, and 2 wooden slabs. Yes, that's a lot of iron because this thing does something really cool. Okay, so what you're able to do is, after I grab all this stuff and take it out of my inventory so I could show you exactly how this thing works. What you're going to want to do, I've already got some of this stuff in there. Move some of this stuff out of the way. So that now all this stuff is my inventory. I'm going to right click on here. I've got some printing press cases. Again, the number in the stack indicates how many are in the stack. What you're going to want to do is you're going to take books, place them on this corner of the printing press. You want to take ink sacks, click in this area to place it onto the printing press. See, it's all nice and inked up. Now what you're going to want to do is get yourself a book. So we'll just grab a book off the shelf and say, okay, what book is this? Projectile Protection 4. You want to right click there. Now before I go on, I'm going to show you some other recipes before I show you exactly how to use that stuff. But that's how you set it up. See, in my hand, I've got this thing called a drafting compass. In order to make that, you're going to need 2 sticks and 3 iron ingots. Now to use this, you're going to need a map hanging in an oak map frame. And you're able to right click and say, okay, add a waypoint there, or add a waypoint there, and you could change the color of these. So like there's a blue one, or there's a purple one, and then we've got the green one there. Okay, that's what you're able to do with that. Another thing you're able to do is something called a waypoint compass. You can right click and you can say, okay, I want to go to waypoint 0 at x equals 500 and z equals 465. And it'll point you towards that area. So that's very handy for finding your base or any particular thing or any location in general. Next thing, clipboard. To make the and you make the waypoint compass using one regular compass from Minecraft and 4 golden ingots. I'll give you the waypoint compass. To make the clipboard, you're going to need 3 paper, 1 pressure plate, 1 feather, and 1 ink sac. What you're able to do with this is you're able to make a list like fix plumbing. I'm just fix plum/ming. Okay, fix. And you're able to, check to say, okay, that one's done, or no, it's not done. This thing has, same thing, tons of pages. And you can also label them, say, that's the name of this clipboard. And yeah, you're able to come back to it later and fix it. Next thing, a screw gun. In order to craft the screw gun, you're going to need 1 block of redstone, 1 button, 1 iron ingot, and 3 orange stained clay. It has to be orange or it won't work. Now what you're able to do with this is you're able to take, with some items, I'm going to show you a couple of them, is you're able to right click and you're able to rotate through the different positions. I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but I'm still going to try talking. You're able to click through the different positions, so like so. That's for ceiling, that's for on the floor, that's for on the wall. If you hold shift and right click, you can rotate it. You know, just spin it around and yeah. You can do the same thing with this, and most of the other stuff also works. Another thing you can make is what's called a tape measure. In order to make the tape measure, you're going to need 4 iron ingots and 1 tape measure reel. In order to make the tape measure reel, you're going to need 1 dandelion yellow and 8 string. I don't know how that makes a tape measure, but oh well. Now what you're able to do with this is you're able to right click on any surface, except, I like how I right click on there and it doesn't do anything. You're able to right click on any surface and say, okay, and figure out how far away from that point to this point. So that is 12 blocks to the south and 4 blocks up, wherever I went. And this thing applies in all 3 dimensions. So if I was to go over here, I went 2 down, or the place is 2 high, 5 wide, and 7 long. A really cool thing. Now these last 3 all do the same thing, but they all have slightly different recipes. For if you wanted to be particular. The first one is reading glasses. To make these, you're going to need 2 glass panes, 1 iron ingot, and 2 ink sacks. Don't mind the other stuff, that's just part of another mod. To make the tinted glasses, you're going to need 1 reading glasses, which we just showed you how to make, and 1 gray dye. To make the monocle, you're going to need 1 glass pane and 4 golden nuggets. And that'll give you the monocle. What you're able to do with these is you're able to wear them, and they give you a slight armor thing. You see, I look fairly nerdy and blah. But anyways, and all 3 of these guys can be worn. They each have their own look. Yeah. Or that one, although that one doesn't work for me because my eye's on the wrong side. Anyways, I'm going to wear reading glasses. Now what's unique about these is that you see here when I aim at something which has an interface, it has to have an interface in order to work. Kind of. It'll show you exactly what you're looking at. So like we have cookie or apple, or what's really neat is with these you're able to look and see which books are in here. And same with all the potions and the tools and the number of items in there and what's in there and what's in there. It doesn't work with that one. Doesn't work with that one. Now you'll see here when I scan over this book, you'll see it says requires 40 levels. Now this is what I was talking about. Oh yeah, we have 30 of those in there, 64 books and 64 ink in there. Now if you shift right click, you're going to need 40 levels. I've got 100, so I'm good. If I shift right click, it's going to take that book and create what's called an enchanted plate. Basically, it made a copy of that book. Now if I take this and I click and put it in here, what this thing is going to do, it's going to copy that book, that projectile protection 4, onto another book. So see here, I've got a book with projectile protection 4 on it. Now if you right click on there, it stops. But you'll see here, it's not infinite. These guys do have a limit on how many times you can use them. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. My name is Jay. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, and be sure to go to the Modmaker's website. I'll put a link in the description below, because they put a lot of work into this one. I just messed up and make mistakes and goof off, and nothing exploded today, which is good. So, anyways, my name's been Jay. Follow me on Twitter and below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time at the tube. Ciao.